Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, and today we pick up the Paladin, the advanced job of the Gladiator class. Oh, there you are, Serenia. Perfect timing. I've just heard a juicy bit of gossip that I know you're going to be interested in. Apparently, and remember, you heard it first from me, the Sultansworn elite are sharing the secret skills and training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultansworn have an exclusive monopoly on the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, you weren't one of those officer track elites, then you had no chance to learn the arts. And the competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed, let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Uldan Sultanate, which means no more adventuring, no more daring do, no more Colosseum, just languishing about in the palace all day polishing plate mail. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills of a paladin, and no memorizing the 55 commandments of a sworn or any other nonsense either. This is a gold, no, a platinum opportunity that comes but once in a lucky adventurer's lifetime. That will slip through your fingers and regret will be your just dessert. You need to go to the Royal Promenade in the Hustling Strip. Find the captain of the Sultansworn elite. Jennings is his name. Tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. Okay. There we are, Jennings. Yes, I'm Jennings, member of the Sultansworn elite and servant of the Uldan Sultanate. Unless my instincts deceive me, you have come to inquire about training as a paladin. If so, I would have your name, good woman. Serenia is my name. Serenia, a fine name. I bid you welcome and salute your noble resolve. But if you aspire paladinhood, you should understand what that means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of a realm. Sellswords and gladiators and other of their ilk wield their blades for themselves, but a paladin serves the greater good. Do you understand me? The battle arts that the paladin learns have been held secret, nurtured and perfected within the ranks of the Sultansworn elite for nigh on 600 years. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards, and the knights, we are the elite of the elite. Our conviction unwavering, our hearts true, our sword skills without peer. But the glory of the Sultansworn, well, much of it is buried in the past now. Our brotherhood grows smaller by the year, we are a shadow of what we once were, and the Sultana turns to sellswords to defend her palace. All this because of one traitor. No, because of a blot of dishonor left by one who shall not be named. And because of him, we have been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurers. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the Paladin's military arts. You will not be inducted into the Sultansworn, but serve as a free Paladin. However, first you will show us that both your sword and heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins to the south of Little Alamigo, you will find an iron brazier. Light it, and the undead nearby will be drawn to the flame. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return and present to me their ashes as proof of your deed. Ah, that must stink. Now, would-be paladin, show me the metal in your heart and steel in your blade. Okay, this is this ruin. Can we get through here somehow? Not without a fight. Most definitely not without a fight. Be a bit careful when you're here, not to pull these tempered swords or whatever their names are. Those are elite mobs, yeah? Unless you have a few more levels than I do, I'm playing 30 here right now, they might hurt you. even with a chocobo, I barely am strong enough to do this properly. Okay, now to the brazier. I'm with a mage. Okay. Okay, feed their hearts to the flame. If you are in this place searching for the undead, then you must be a practitioner seeking the secrets of a paladin art. But make no mistake, simply learning paladin swordplay does not make you a paladin, nor does the armor you wear, or the status you claim. I'm just another aging free paladin, but you do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that blinds, and find the true path of a paladin. Here, you will be returning to the captain, yes? Then give him this crystal. The way you use that sword reminds me of a man I used to know. Mine eyes may be old, but they can see the truth well enough. Be a paladin strong and true. Devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light. Okay. And who are you, by the way? Okay. I guess we tell the captain about this? Face the undead monsters. We already did that, yeah. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you have defeated the undead. You have shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I have no doubt you will prove to be an attentive pupil, but as well, for there is much to learn. First and foremost is this. You are a paladin now, a custodian of traditions ancient and noble. A free paladin has no master. Instead, she travels all lands and in every place takes up the cause of the unarmed and defenseless. You swear fealty not to a lord, but to yourself. You are nobility among adventurers. You have taken your first step on a new path, and you have earned the right to bear this. The soul of a paladin. Upon its surface are carved the deeds of paladins of eras past. She who bears it commands the respect of all knights of honor. Bahamut's Fang, you already possess a crystal? And you say it was given to you by an unknown free paladin who told you to hand it to me? That I do. There is a crystal you speak of. I demand you show it to me at once. It is. Curse him, he has made a mockery of a trial. That crystal you bear is indeed the soul of a paladin, but it is disgraced, impure. It was stolen from the Sultansworn. So who is he? The man who gave you this soul is the very traitor whom I have been seeking these many moons. Oh. He's an oathbreaker who bent the knee to the Uldan Sultanate and who swore allegiance to the Sultansworn and then single-handedly sullied our name and trampled it underfoot until it was lost. Perhaps forever. How dare he give you counsel and honor on the Paladin way? This soul is polluted and I must dispose of it. When you come to wield your sword as a paladin, the only soul you may wear is that which is bestowed by a captain of a Sultansworn. That traitor is no Sultansworn, still less a captain. By giving you a soul, he insulted not only the Brotherhood, but you too. Perhaps an adventurer like yourself finds our rules nothing more than a nuisance, but through reigns long and short, our forebears in the Sultansworn have preserved its rituals and traditions, and we are duty-bound to uphold them, even if men and women within our ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be named captain of the Sultansworn in these troubled times. Though I did not ask for this honor, I have bent my knee to the Sultana and sworn fealty, and I will fight to restore our honor and name. You wield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to help me bring him to justice. You must ready yourself, marshal your resources and own your skills until the time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you are a paladin now, and honor binds you as surely as an oath. Next quest will be 35. With that, the Paladin job is unlocked. The souls of Paladins past bequeath to you their wisdoms. This now we can equip the Soul Crystal of a Paladin. Have a job change. Effectively, because this actually counts as a new job. Even if it keeps all the Gladiator skills. And I have to rearrange my quick bar. Okay, but time skip and level 35 quest. You have earned the right to call yourself a paladin, but how do others treat you? Do they recognize you for what they are? What does it matter? Remember that fancy swordplay and well-polished armor do not make you a paladin. You must be just in your heart and strive always to be an exemplar of true virtue. Once, not long ago, the Sultansworn could walk the streets with their heads held high. When they marched by, the small folk would look upon them with reverence and gratitude. And no one was more respected than the captain, my predecessor. When I first saw him, I was still a child. My father had promised to take me to a local festival, but somehow he took a wrong turn. We became lost and stumbled into a secluded back alley. Luck was not with us, because the next moment we found ourselves in the middle of a riot. Drunken hunters were firing arrows into the crowd, and we were caught between them. There was no way out. It was only a matter of time before we would be struck. That's when the captain saved us from our plight. I'd never seen a sword move so swiftly. It flashed faster than my eyes could follow, and in seconds the hunters were on the ground or fleeing for their lives. The captain was gunned down the street, slicing at their heels, before my father had time to thank him. Even today, I can see the captain as he was then, blood on his sword, armor impossibly bright in the sun. That sounds like a beautiful story. Especially through the eyes of a child. After that, all I ever wanted to be was a paladin. I would practice endlessly with my sword, dreaming of bandits defeated and monsters slain. Even after I became one of the Sultansworn, the memory of a captain still inspired me. I was always the first to arrive in the training yard and the last to leave. And so the years passed, and before I knew it, I found myself named captain of the Sultansworn. Yet the triumph was hollow, because by then, the honor of the Sultansworn elite, that very thing that had drawn me to the Brotherhood, was a mere vestige, like the discarded banner of a defeated foe. There were many reasons for the fall, but the loss of Oathkeeper. Yes, that was the mortal blow. The sword Oathkeeper was bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultansworn by the then Sultan of Uldar. In time, it became our standard, the symbol of the oaths we had sworn, and it was treasured by each new captain for generations. Possession was proof of Sultansworn command. But then the unthinkable came to pass. Oathkeeper was stolen by the traitor. It shook our brotherhood to the core. How can we be trusted to protect the Sultana if we cannot even hold on to the symbol of our fealty? We have been tarnished in the eyes of ruler and ruled alike. If the Sultansworn are to survive, we must find the traitor and recover Oathkeeper. But the Sultansworn have grown too weak and we cannot do it ourselves. We have been forced to recruit outsiders to help us in our cause. And that's why you recruited me. Among other people. I have high hopes for you, my friend. It is a great thing that we ask, and you must learn more of our secrets if you are to succeed. In Outer Lannister, near the Hermit's Hovel, is a grove where wingtails congregate. Pitting yourself against the host of the beasts would be a fine way to own that skills that I will teach you. Okay. In the grove you will find another brazier, this time filled with potent incense that will drive the creatures into a frenzy. Defeat your attackers and return to me. Okay, Lannister. Outer Lannister. And you just finished with this quest? I assume? Yes, easy enough. I'm a few levels above this quest from my level, so no problems here. Okay. And back to Genlands. Well done. You have taken the skills I taught you and made them your own. I still don't have word where the traitor is hiding, but I will inform you the moment I do. Until then, continue your training. Okay, Sheltron and... The souls of the paladins past bequeathed you a wisdom. Okay, level 40 quest. Ah, and the paladin oath gauge got unlocked, so... Previously we only had the symbols you see halfway down below. Now we have an oath gauge which slowly expands as you fight. And you can use it for various skills. Oh. An AoE combo, huh? Welcome, Paladin. You should know that the word of your deeds has reached me. Few are those who follow the true Paladin path without misstep, but you are one of them. I'm proud to call you sister. You have kept the faith, and in return, I must have faith in you. It is time that you knew the truth. Though it's hard to share, for it's a shame I would rather keep hidden from outsiders. Perhaps you remember when I told you of a traitor and the sword Oathkeeper that he stole? His name is Sultansworn, and he was my predecessor as captain of the Sultansworn elite. So it was your hero, right? Yes, he was the same man whom I admired as a child, and who inspired me to take up the sword and follow the way of a paladin. He was the paragon of paladins, until that is changed. Some years ago, there was a struggle for influence between the Sultanate military and a faction within the syndicate known as the Monetarists. The latter emerged triumphant and the army's authority was diminished dramatically. Although Zoltagil was still captain of the Sultansworn elite, he knew his position was perilous, so he fled, taking Oathkeeper with him. In doing so, he went against the word that he had spoken on bended knee before his royal liege. Now it falls to me as captain to restore the honor and the name of the Sultansworn. If it means cutting down my former mentor and master, I would do it gladly, for his misdeeds cannot be forgiven. But his death will not lift the stain that mars our name. He must be put on trial in a public court so that everyone knows his crimes. Then and only then can we begin to earn the people's trust again. He served for over 30 years as captain of the Sultansworn elite, and he's a formidable foe. Few can match his skill with a sword. Even together, you and I will find it difficult to take him alive without mortal harm to one side or the other. So you must continue to own your skills and prepare for the day when we will face him. To complete the next stage of your training, you must do this. Go to the Ugram River in eastern Fanalan and find the brazier we placed there. By lighting it, you will draw the ire of the Lepidots dwelling within the waters, face the creatures in battle, and master your new skills. The fight will not be easy, but if you take to heart what you have learned and let the crystal be your guide, you will triumph. That sounds like a weird training method, by the way. With light a fire somewhere and then face whatever jumps out at you. I mean, so I suppose as a test it would work, but not as a training method. Okay, guess that's it. Back to Janelins. Good, you've mastered your new skills and made them your own. But much work remains to be done before you can face the traitor Zoltagil. We are close to finding him, and our net draws tighter. It grows ever more important that we make ready for the moment when the fish must at last be landed. Okay. Yeah. As I noted before, this is a combo action for our AoE attack. Which is cool. More damage with AoE attacks is always useful for a tank. Drawing more people in, or binding them better. But I think with that I end this episode, and yeah, maybe we continue next time, maybe, no, probably the episode after that. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.